Okay, we're gonna go over how to draw the predator, kind of zoomed in on his face. I'm gonna talk you through the whole thing, the entire process. I penciled in just kind of a loose layout. Let's get started. I'm gonna start over here on the left side of his face in general. At the very end, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about something special, so stick around to the very end if you can. It's gonna be semi-long video, so I understand, but if you can, do it. I'm gonna start right here with the furrowing of his, kind of brow area. He's obviously gonna be pretty like angry, making an expression, and something about this character has always kind of appealed to me, specifically kind of in the just like how cool his face is, because I think the first movie was what, early 90s, or was it in the 80s? I cannot remember. I can't Google it because I'm recording, but I think for this era, the design was so insanely modern and cool. It's like shocking, right? I remember looking at different art. I want to make one of his eyes more wide-eyed, like, huh? What's going on? We're gonna stick to. I'm gonna try to use a lot more straights right here. It's a bit of a style. Circle right there, like he's shocked, doesn't know what he's looking at. All right. But the style was so astounding. I just remember the illustration style for stuff that was created, like aliens and stuff like that. I remember thinking it wasn't that great in the 80s. I mean, there's definitely a lot of good designs, of course, but a lot of it didn't have that. I don't know how to say it. It had like a bit of a strange look to it. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to kind of explain it. There was a lot of like, I remember the tech and stuff like that looked very rudimentary, and it just wasn't really my thing. But this stuff was it came back from like a time machine or something. I'm like, how did, what was it, Stan Winston design this? I don't know who designed this, but this is such a crazy design. I'll put a little jaggedness to the tooth on that side just to kind of give it a little bit of flavor, right? And I'm kind of just going into this, putting in the line art, not thinking too far beyond that. And most importantly, I'm just kind of having fun, right? Having fun is the most important part of pretty much most of your drawing. When you have fun, I put those two fangs in the middle there. When you're having fun, it will completely uh, completely change the way you're drawing in some ways. You're just gonna like smoothly kind of go, hey, this is interesting. I want to see what that looks like when I do that. You're gonna think more like that, as opposed to, oh man, I have to do this. Like this is such a chore, and I have to get this over with. So that is kind of what's going on there. Like it really does change your thinking and process. Let's start over here on the left side since we can always kind of even it out because I'm right-handed. So if I start on the left side, it's going to change stuff up there. Right here, boom, 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 and it's gonna be kind of dark around the eye. I think eventually we'll fill that in a little heavier later on. But it'll have to wait. There we go. Cool. Going over here. Sweet. I'm gonna find that other fang. It's gonna be coming in over here from this side. There we go. And so they kind of move a little bit independently in a way. It's very spider-like. I'm gonna guess that was the influence, or crab, or some sort of crustacean. I'm gonna guess that was the inspiration for that. Without fully, I didn't fully read into it what it was. All right, and going over here, just kind of getting a better idea of it. Going to the front on that side as well. Here to the line on this side. So we're going to do the bottom fang. Right, same thing, just kind of keeping with the line art. And I'm thinking how far that's going to go down. It'll probably go down quite a bit. But I'm going to make his chin over here. His chin is too... yeah, there we go. His chin's got to be contained. There's a habit that people do of like making the chin too far down. I never knew the name of the race of these guys until recently. The Yat-Ya, right? I never knew that. That was a very recent thing for me that I found that out. That's kind of cool that they have a name in general. Lower teeth on this side. There you go. Pulling back. Again, he's got a regular chin. It's more the outer stuff. It's the other stuff that is not, you know, that's different. There you go. He's got a bit of a jaw as well in the back there. Kind of goes in. And you can toy with stuff like that too, because there's obviously different types of predators as well. They've established that a lot, especially lately in this universe. I noticed, like if you look at the universe of the new movies, they've really like kind of filled out the universe there. If you watch, I think I watched. What did I watch? Let me do this one over here. That Predator, it's like an animated movie, and they have like a Predator that was attacking like the Vikings, and then another Predator that attacked. What else? Oh, feudal Japan, I guess, with the so the samurais, stuff like that. And they all look different. You know, there's some that are like giant, right, like muscular ones, and had like a different, totally different face. They almost looked like a totally different race. It was they've established a lot of different ones. I know the movie established like a super predator, right? So that's kind of interesting. Um, so yeah, it's cool that these exist. So it's fun that these exist at all. That this universe is becoming richer and richer. Going over here, the hair, right? Could have made the forehead bigger, but I kind of wanted to keep it like that. I thought it'd be easier to leave it on the page that way. So, I don't know. It's just kind of a decision thing. You don't always have to do everything as is, but, you know. I'm probably going to go off the page a little bit, to be honest. At least off the sides. I don't mind them going off the sides of the page. I just didn't want them to be, how do you say? I just didn't want to go off the page up the top of the head, for example. So, yeah. There we go. There we go, right here. You know, these are like just random. These like I don't know what you call it, like dreadlocks or whatever the heck they are, but they're very random in general. So he's got the front of his mouth over here. You're gonna see a little bit of those. It's like tubes or something that kind of connect the dreadlocks over there. But I want them to be in, kind of feel like they're in motion. That's something that you know, just to feel like they're moving a bit. They're coming from around the corner just a tad. There you go. Cool. I think it just in general, I want it to. It helps, you know. I want them to, like, put like I don't know, like spit, you know, like I just want that motion in this character somehow. There we go. And you're not gonna see the dreads on this side as much as the other side, so it's just kind of something to take into account. All right, we have a pretty good base right there. This is what I call a pretty good base, right? And we're gonna kind of go in a little bit deeper with maybe some. I was gonna say maybe some dark areas or whatever. He's got this weird portion in his mouth, but we don't have to do all of it. If you ever seen Prey, that predator is way different looking. It looks wild. How strange it looks. So it's almost like they have different, like the way people look different, right? So it makes sense that they would have very, very different looking predators and stuff like that. I'll put some darkness over here. Alright, let's kind of dive in here and just kind of pull some lines over here. What we're doing is going over here with kind of a slight cross-hatching style. And we're going to pull out the information that's going on here, right? There's information that the viewer doesn't know about and that we're going to show it to them. Crunchy stuff around the eyes, right? That's something that's very important. Right there. Just throwing a line right here through the fang. Throwing a line right there. And at this point you can even throw in like a, we can do like this with a thicker item. Let's see if this brush pen works over here. I have a brush pen. Yeah, this brush pen is pretty good. Pretty good to get some kind of darkness all in a very quick, quick time frame here. We're just kind of touching it up. There we go. Just kind of fill in a lot of dark space in a short amount of time, right? That's all we want is to do that. Right, just dab along the forehead here. Right, just dab along the forehead just to make it easy. There you go. Filling out just some, like, again, areas that need to be seen pretty much. Put a little bit of dark right there in the center of the eyes there for kind of what's going on with again with the visuals of what the predator is going to be looking at. And here. And, as we're doing this, we're just touching up certain areas. One thing I kind of totally left alone that I could do right now, that I am doing right now, is right there, the chin. Kind of left that alone, and I don't know why. And just again, I don't want to fill out every single strand over here because I think it's just too much and it's kind of beyond the scope of this video. But I do want to just hit up certain areas. Now we're picking our spots. It's like, okay, let's pick our spot. Let's pick our spot over here. Let's pick a spot that we could show off how do you say? We can show off the kind of some dark areas to just accent as opposed to having to completely fill out. So we're going to go over the face just for a second. Just for a second here. Sorry. What I want you to do is I want you to say hi to me in the comments as well. Is there another character you want to see drawn? You want me to go over? I will do it. I want to keep this video relatively short, so we are almost... I think we're almost done as far as this goes. With the predator face. Again, just making it dark. As dark as we can. Right on. Alright. Let's make this even darker. The mouth. Part of it is I kind of don't want it to attract attention, right? I want the attention to be more into the eyes over here. I think that would be the kind of the optimal place to look at first. Alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Like I said, we could work on it further. Maybe I'll do another video with a follow-up, but I doubt it. I think this is it's set pretty well. Alright. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Hopefully you had a good time, and I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, so that was amazing. You finished this lesson, but keep it going. Keep the art practice going by clicking this video right here. It's going to be within the same theme, and you want to keep it rolling to get better and better and better and get that art flow going. So click right here.